Hello everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to make a really beautiful but very simple card using just basically stamping. And it's going to be made so much easier with this beautiful stamp set here, which is called Forever Fern. And the reason that this is a beautiful stamp set with beautiful results is because it's what's known as a distinctive stamp set. And what that means is it's a special formula that Stampin' Up have come up with, whereby when you stamp these images, they'll look like they've got different tones and shading in them, almost like it's a watercoloured look. They're really beautiful. Rather than just a solid print, there's tones within and shading within the stamps, and it's built in to the rubber stamps themselves. That gives you that effect. Stunning. So let's get started. So I've loaded up the stamps that I want to use on my box, and I've cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock to 5 7/8 by the full length of the card of the A4, and then scored it in the middle at 5 7/8. Like I say, I've loaded up my stamps, and the colours that I'm using are Highland Heather, Pear Pizzazz and Pretty Peacock. Now you might think that's quite a bizarre combination, but trust me, it's going to look wonderful. Alright, so what I just need is a piece of scrap card here, because I'm going to be doing the stamp off technique, which means you add the ink to the stamp and then you stamp it once to stamp some of that ink off, and then you stamp your image. Alright, so I'm going to open up my inks. So that's the Pear Pizzazz, the Highland Heather and the Pretty Peacock. Alright, I'm going to start with Highland Heather first, and I'm going to use this, which looks like almost like the kind of like circular shaped. I'm just going to show you here. So if I ink it up and then stamp, okay, then you can see it. Let me just add a bit more and do it again. There you go. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm not even going to stamp off on this one. I'm going to use the full strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stamp 3 times close to the edge of the card. Okay, and quite sort of in random spots. Doesn't need to be perfect, it doesn't matter. And then the next one I'm going to use is this large leaf, and this is going to be Pear Pizzazz. Alright, so I ink that on. And let me just double check the strength of that. I'm happy with it like that. I'm not going to stamp off on this one. I think it's the Pretty Peacock that I need to stamp off on, because it's quite a strong colour. So I'm inking up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go kind of over the top of that one. Ink again, come lower down, do another one about there. Alright, ink again, a little bit more at the top there, I think. Just up there like so. Alright, yep, I'm happy with that. And then we will get the final leaf shape, and this is going to be the Pretty Peacock, and it's a smaller one. So let me just have a look. Yes, that's the one that I want to stamp off. So I'm having one there in that gap, and I'm just stamping off, and then you can see how this colour is just lifting those other two. I think it's wonderful. So one there, one down here, stamp off, and we'll have one up there, and then we've just got that little collection down the edge there. Alright, and it's absolutely stunning, beautiful. Let me just get a wipe and just clean my desk ever so slightly. Alright, so I'm just going to set that to one side to dry for a minute, because what I've got is a strip of cardstock. This measures 1 inch by 5 7/8. Now I don't have any Pretty Peacock card. Lockdown has meant that, you know, it's taken a while for things to come, and I've run out. But if I've run out of a certain colour, it doesn't matter, because I've got my ink pads, I've got my Many Marvellous markers, and I've got my blends. So I'm using the blend in the Pretty Peacock, and I'm using the darker one, and I can convert this strip of card to the colour that I want really easily. So the fact that I don't have any Pretty Peacock card doesn't matter, because I've got the blends in that colour. Okay, so I'm just going to Just keep colouring over until I've got until it's soaked into that cardstock nice and even and it doesn't look too patchy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the back, and then that will soak nicely into the card. I could just swipe it on the ink pad as well. So let me just show you another idea. Where have I just put that ink pad? There it is. So if I didn't want to use the stamping blends, I could just get my little strip of card and just swipe it down my ink pad. If I don't mind getting a little bit of ink on me, which doesn't bother me, just swipe it into the ink, and then I can dye that cardstock whatever colour I like by just gently swiping it across my ink pad. Alright, a little bit of a dab. There we go, I've got a lovely colour of cardstock that I need now, and just leave that to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just pull that between to get any excess off in case I've been a bit heavy-handed, which I typically am. Alright, and then make sure my hands are clean, and now I will be able to adhere that to my card. So a little bit of glue on the back. Alright. Oops, it's stuck to my glass mat now. I'll have to be careful with that. And then just place it where I want it, which is about there. Alright, make sure it's straight. And then leave it to dry. Now, if you do use the ink pad to dye the card, make sure it's fully dry before you start sticking glue on it, or you'll end up with a bit of a inky mess on your card, because the colour will run. So make sure it's fully dry. Alright, so I'm just going to set that to one side, and then what I've cut is another piece of cardstock, and this measures 1 inch by just a random amount for now because I'm not sure how long I need it. Alright, and then I'm just going to grab my Memento ink, which I've re-inked, so I'm friends with it again now. Alright, and then in the Forever Fern I'm going to use You Can Do This, which is a lovely inspirational little wordage there, and it's a beautiful font as well. So I'm going to just bob that on there. I'm just going to get it on my block as straight as I can, and then just grab my scrap back because I just like to do a practice, what I call a practice stamp, to make sure I've got my stamp on my block straight. Now let me just have a look. Which way around is it? It's that way. Is it? You Can Do This. Yeah, it is. Now let me just have a look. That's fairly straight. That'll do for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that onto my cardstock. Just gently add in some more Memento first. Alright, my cardstock, and then just do my best to get that in centrally. So this is a 1 inch strip, so I'm going to do it centrally and just a tiny little bit over from the left hand side, and let's hope that's straight. It's not too bad, that's passable. Alright, let's just put that ink pad away, and then I'm going to use this lovely new punch whose name's completely escaped me, but it's the new one, the new duo one, and I'm going to use this top one. So what I just need to do first of all is just grab my trimmer and just trim this down so it looks kind of even at both ends, and then we're going to use that punch. Alright, so it measures approximately about 3 inches there, alright. Kind of gone a bit by eye there. Just undo my punch by sliding the button at the back, which is awesome because it helps keep them flat for storage. So you just push that button and it lifts that spring there. So we're going to go for the top one today. So what you do is you get your cardstock, slide it in until it stops. Alright, and what I like to do then is just check the back there and make sure it's kind of straight, okay, and that I'm happy, and then I do punch. Alright, and then turn it around and do the same again. Again, I just like to check from the back. You can give it a bit of a wiggle to make sure it's straight. Give it a punch. There we go. Let's bob that away. And then with this lovely pretty peacock, I'm just going to add ever so tiny amount to a sponge, and I'm just going to gently ink the edges of that before we add it to the card, just because I like it. I think it gives a soft look, if I'm honest. It can help marry the colours up, it can help it stand out, and it's a more frugal way than adding another layer of card underneath. And as we know, I don't have this colour cardstock, so that's why I'm inking the edge. So we'll do that, just bob that away, and then grabbing some dimensionals, I'll just turn that over and grab some dimensionals. Super simple card, but you could stamp those leaves in any kind of direction, in any combination, in any colour you like, and it's going to look amazing because it's just a beautiful, beautiful stamp. You could make your own DSP, cut it up, your own paper designs, then trim it up and use it for cards, and then you could do whatever. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to add that very simply to the bottom there, and then just for a little finishing touch, I'm going to see if I've got enough of these left. Just about got enough rhinestones. And then I'm going to change the colour of them. So I've got my dark Pretty Peacock pen here, my Stampin' Blend. I'm just going to colour. Not that one's a bit dull. These are quite old, these. I don't even know if they're going to stick anymore. I've had these hanging about in my craft room for a very long time. Alright, so using my pokey tool, I'm just going to add one there. And I don't even think that one's got any sticky on it, they're that old. I've had these a very long time, I need to get some new ones. And that one on there. Now my stamping's not terribly straight. Highlighted a little bit by them gems, but it really doesn't matter. I'm not that pedantic. And there we go. So here is my original one. Now on this one I also did a splatter, which you get the pen like so and you flick it on the edge of the pen. So I did that on this one. I'm going to leave this one plain. I think I quite like it like that. And so there you go, two beautiful cards, same design, same stamp, beautiful, beautiful, very, very simple stamping. Give it a try and look out for the Forever Ferns. It really is a lovely set. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.